Well, here we are in sunny Spain to get down and get dirty in the latest version of the Range Rover. While it doesn't look a lot different to the old one, there's definitely something going on under the bonnet. It's a 3.6 litre V8, which is pretty small by V8 standards. But don't forget, this one's a diesel, so it's all about torque. It's got 640 Newton metres, so it wafts along quite nicely. There's also 200 kilowatts of power, which is pretty respectable as well. The Range Rover is obviously a luxury car, but it's also renowned for its off-road ability. So let's go and give it a go. As well as a fresher interior, for the first time the Range Rover also gets terrain response, which means that you can dial up a whole lot of different parameters for off-roading. I'll show you what I mean. So basically the different modes adjust all the off-roading parameters, things like the road height, the diff locks, the traction control, the ABS braking, even the throttle sensitivity. There are different modes depending on whether you want the grass, gravel and snow, there's mud and ruts, there's sand driving, but the one we really want is the rock crawling. Now these are some pretty serious rocks, but we've got the suspension on full height and you can feel the traction control working over every one. The big diesel really comes into its own when you're crawling up hills like this. It's got masses of torque, and together with the 6-speed auto, it's as easy as going down to the shops. Speaking of hills, what comes up must go down. Now the engine's got plenty of engine braking, so it'll hold the car back. But there's also hill descent control anyway, so there's electronics to really look after any situation. The thing about the Range Rover is it doesn't matter what you throw at it, it'll just go through anything. This is a fairly deep water hole, and as you can see, not an issue. The only thing I'm worried about is with all this nice carpet and rich leather, is getting the car dirty once you get back in, so I think I'll stay right where I am. But the thing is, how many Range Rover owners are going to attempt this type of driving anyway? This is a car that's really at home on the highway as well, so I think it's time to hit the bitumen. I tell you what though, in Europe with some of its narrow streets, you're constantly reminded just how big this thing is. The thing is, it's pretty easy to pick holes in something this big and this heavy, and chances are the greenies are going to hate it. But you know, with its off-road capability, I reckon it's a good thing and it's a nice luxury car. I'd have one. Adios, amigos.